Portable Omolalomi. Guys, me, I'm of the opinion that Portable need to go to rehab. Rehabilitation center is honestly, Portable need to be sent to a rehab, honestly, to a rehabilitation center. Trust me. Because if you look at people that are emulating him, people that are uh, trying to copy what he does, the future is at stake. Oh. In reality, this guy thinks he has been doing in the last less than since he came back from France. Things he has been doing is crazy, honestly. Because if you look at it, right? If you look at what he has been doing what he has been doing since he came back from France, it's been crazy. He's the one that killed a tortoise, recorded it and posted it on live. He's the one that beat a pastor up. He's the one that keep fighting, keep causing chaos. And in all honesty, right? Like I said, when you get to a position in life, especially when you're becoming a celebrity, a popular person, an influencer, right? There are some things you shouldn't be doing. There are some things you can't do. You understand? There are some things you cannot do because people, you are a role model to some people. So for him to be behaving like that, and they let him to behave like that, then definitely our children are not safe. Fact. Our future are not safe. Yes, Portable has good content, Portable has good music, but at the same time, we need to be thinking of our own children too. We need to be thinking of our own future. Portable need to be sent to a rehabilitation center. Whether anybody agree with me or not, me, I'm only giving my own opinion, my own little cent, and I've always stand on that. I don't care whether you accept what I say or you don't. My own is Portable needs to be sent to a rehabilitation center. The guy takes too much drugs. That's why he behave like that. He behave like a big nuisance. Big one, big time nuisance. So I think if they send him to a rehabilitation center, it will definitely help him out. It will help him, it will help his career, it will help. It's not a bad thing. Like I always said, it's not a bad thing to go to a rehab. It's for your own betterment. It's for your own future. It's for your own life to get better. So there's no crime in somebody going to a rehabilitation center. There's no crime. And these are the education government needs to start giving out. People need to start talking about it. Like even when I said about what's it called? This mental health thing. People will think when you say mental health, they think you are a madman. They think you are a mad woman, but you are not. So Portable needs to be sent to a rehabilitation center. And we need to start educating people to let them know that things like this, when you see that one of your siblings or your family or your friends are going through things like this, they are high on drugs and all that, you can help them, refer them to a rehabilitation. I don't know, maybe we have such a thing in Nigeria though, so I'm not sure if we have it. But if we do, I think it's high time they take Portable there. They can punish him for whatever he did because me, I don't know what he did and I don't really want to know what he did. All I know is it's high time they send that guy to a rehabilitation center because the future is at stake. Children in Nigeria are emulating, are copying all these boys. And even now, let's talk about these drugs that these people smoke on a live stream. I think they need to stop that nonsense. All these celebrities that they will come on live and be smoking weeds on a live stream. They need to stop that nonsense. They need to stop it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do what you have to do. Do it in your own. Listen, children are watching things online. We might say yes, there is age limit to your children that have access to internet. But at the end of the day, do we know what they do behind our back? And some parents don't have the idea of By them, they don't even have the idea of monitoring what their children do. So people like that, they need to stop. There are some things they need to ban. They need to ban when you do stop. I don't even know since when all social media allow you to even smoke on a live stream. Whether you put 18 or above, they shouldn't even be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't. Because you see all these boys, they drink all this alomo, all this paraga, all this nonsense that they drink. Like I said, even if you look at it, all this MC Oluomo, I'm sorry to be using them as an example because their fans might come for me. But even this MC Oluomo, when they were big time thugs, but by the time they became a role model, they became celebrity and they are top people in Nigeria. What did they do? They stop all that nonsense because there's no way in that thing. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to write home about being a thug. There's nothing to talk about when being a thug. And you allow people, somebody that is an influencer, singing, a celebrity, to be behaving like the way Portable behave, back on the street, be screaming, be doing like weedy. I like him, oh, don't get it wrong. Don't say I don't. I do like him. I talk about him well. But since I see all this nonsense that he's been doing, to the fact that he even killed an animal and posted it on his page, that thing needs to be brought down. There are some things you see. He even beat somebody to the extent that, man, the Nigerian government just allow some nonsense thing to be happening. Well, they do the same thing anyway. So I think it's high time they they help this guy. Just to help him, take him to a rehabilitation center. If we have any in Nigeria, they should take him there and let him go and, detox his system away from those drugs. And it should stop. They should, because if you go to rehab, they talk to you, they advise you, they tell you the negative side of the drugs that you are taking. They tell you even alcohol. If you're an alcoholic, you can go to rehab as well. They could talk to you, to advise you on how to stop it, how you are killing yourself, your system, and all things like that. So it's high time they, just to help him out. I think it's high time. I don't want to say too much, but if they feel, if anybody feels what I'm saying is totally nonsense, well, that's up to you. But think about it, that the society we are growing these days in Nigeria is bad. Bad enough that some of them that travel away from Nigeria still brought that attitude. They brought it abroad. So I think it's high time we start having some sense in our head and stop using sentiment to judge or sentiment to argue, to debate stuff. We need to be real. If they send Portable to a rehabilitation center, it's not a bad thing. It's not a crime. It's to help him out, help his future, help his children out. And I think it's the best thing that they would do for Portable if they can do that. Then kudos to the government if they do that for him. Peace out.